what's up YouTube? Mark Abram here from the Resistance Barbell Club. Just outside enjoying the dirt bike a little bit today. I thought I'd bring you guys a video today of one of our members that I've been admiring for quite some time. You know, life doesn't have to end after you reach the age 50, 60, even 70 years old. We've got Beth Livingston with us today. Beth is 65. She rides horses every day. She's in the gym, she works out hard, she's had a very fit and active life. She's living proof that resistance training keeps you young. It keeps you out there enjoying your life. Like me, I'm 57 years old. I love to ride motorcycles. I like to be outside. I love to be in the gym working out. And that helps me to get outside and do what I really love. With my family, I'm confident going out by myself. I can enjoy the things that a lot of people can't enjoy at this age because of my level of fitness. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you afterwards. I'm gonna get Beth to tell you just a little bit about her fitness history and maybe what she's going on right now.
Hey y'all, my name's Beth, and just right off the top, I'm 65 years old. I've been working out pretty much all my life. I've been working out with a trainer for probably 30 years now. I moved to northeastern Oklahoma during COVID to live with my horses on my horse farm, and everything was closed, and I really missed working out. So I found Kirkland, and I found this gym, and I just love it. I drive a little over an hour twice a week to get here.
That's really great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to follow Beth's workout today with Kirk, and we're going to turn it over to him in a moment, and you guys stay tuned and see Beth's full workout.
Yeah, it's great. A lot of fun.
Here we go.
If you haven't seen me before on the channel, it's Kirk Simpson with Plus One Fitness, here with Beth, she just saw. And what we're doing here is, because she does ride horses a lot, riding horses, and specifically dressage, which I've learned through training with her and one of my clients that does dressage, takes a lot of pelvic function. That's how you control the horse. That's kind of how you speak through the horse. But the more you use it, the more you're prone to have some type of dysfunction. And if there's any imbalances for her, she tends to have an imbalance in her right side of her pelvis that causes it to kind of rotate or slip up. So what we do here is, with the so right, we go 2 minutes, real deep breaths, let it sink in, and we kind of release the psoas. The psoas is your hip flexor, and it attaches to the hip and then goes back and actually attaches on the lower part of your spine through here. What that's going to do is kind of allow it to relax, because if that thing is not relaxed, it can actually pull up on the pelvis and cause it to slip up and rotate.
And cause lower back pain.
And causes lower back pain. That's a big proponent of that. For her specifically, we are going to also do a side oblique / QL release, because again, she is very prone to being very tight on this right side. When she's doing this, it just allows everything on this side to kind of relax and not mess with this side of the pelvis. Your pelvis is 2 bones that connects in the middle. One can rotate like this or slip up, and a lot of those things will cause a lot of low back pain, which she has had for a long time. But finding this, we've realized
really made a huge difference.
Has made a big difference, and she has not really had any issues, so we stuck with it. We're not going to change anything that doesn't work, so let's do it. So we go 2 minutes on the so right, we go 2 minutes on this side. Just focus on real deep breaths, and you really need to be able to relax on the exhale. That's when you really can tell that the muscle's not fighting against the pressure and it's giving in. This chain is normally used for like dips and all kinds of different stuff, but I found a different use for it. What we're gonna do is run it through, you wrap it around, just make a big loop with it, find the middle here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate sideways, get some tension on it. We're gonna drop into a squat. I'm not gonna be through my toes very much. I'm gonna kind of be stable through midfoot to heel. We're gonna be doing this to be very deliberate about activating our glute on each side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to find a lot of tension in our glute through here. And then I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna shift, and now I'm gonna activate this glute, and I'm gonna gather through here. And then I'm gonna activate here, reach, shift, activate, gather, okay? So this is trying to pull me this way. As I pick this leg up, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna pull me this way. But if I activate my glute and my core through here, it keeps me stable. I can do this all day. So it takes a lot of glute activation to wake this thing up, okay? So we go this way, and then as we go back, we're gonna activate here, gather, activate. I'm gonna kind of screw out, reach, shift, activate through here. The whole goal is if I'm centered with both feet on the ground, I need to activate one leg that's gonna stay on the ground so that my positioning doesn't really change as I pick a leg up, okay? So, it's Beth's turn. Remember, we're staying really robotic. Shift, tighten, gather. Stay on the right side, activate, reach. Ah, that's beautiful. This is really activating, you know, the glutes, but it's really activating the lateral aspect of her glutes. As a horseback rider, like I said, they control the horse through a lot of pelvic stability, a lot of pelvic function. They do a lot of squeezing. They do a lot of adducting. So what I found is if we focus on the lateral aspect of the glutes more than the adductors, that actually is going to decrease the amount of pelvic dysfunction that she's having, because it's going to balance out her movements a lot more, because she's spending so much time squeezing in. We need to spend more time in the gym controlling the lateral aspect, or bringing the leg out, or supporting the outside of the hip. We're going to do 5 down and back, then we'll flip and go 5 down and back. If you perform this on your own, try not to bring your feet in too close together. I want to stay within a hip width. I allow her to get a little bit closer because that is her natural riding position. She's going to be a little bit closer. That's where she likes to be with riding, and we're really doing this to help with her riding and decrease any issues with riding. But if you're doing this on your own, try to stay within this hip width position, no closer. You know how to squat, but I'll demonstrate it. A little bit more weight through the heels, sit back, squeeze. Don't let the knees cave in. You know all these things. One thing was last time you were here rotating. And you were rotating a little bit, so your left hip was coming back. What that tells me is that you weren't necessarily comfortable with sitting into that left hip. Right. So I really want you to think about sitting that left hip, and then I'll help if I need to. Okay. So we did that before we squat, because we'll really want her to activate her glutes first. If you do what we just did with the chain on the cables over there, if you are going to do it properly, you're gonna feel your glutes activate a whole lot. That's gonna activate the rotational aspect of your glutes, which is usually neglected by everybody in the gym pretty much, but it's really important. It's not necessarily, I guess, the best for hypertrophy, but in the long term it will be, because you'll be stronger, and it'll keep you safe. Right. So we want to do all that rotational activation as you would gather or as you would reach. Think the same thing as I squat. I'm out. I'm just doing both feet at the same time, but they should be primed as I come up. Okay. Good. 10 to 15. So if you can do more, but don't push it too much.
Doesn't let you cheat.
That's the goal, huh? Beth doesn't cheat very much, so.
He accused me once
makes
of
it easy on me.
Not doing enough sets. And I said, I don't drive an hour and 15 minutes to cheat.
Yes. Thinking sit into that left hip help?
Yes, it did. And
Does it help
also
the
when you had
most?
me spread my knees,
The knees,
a bit,
both of those.
that really
Okay.
helped.
So if you feel like you're rotating one way or you're rotating this way, whatever way you're rotating away from, think sit into it. And then as she says, think glutes out. That's gonna keep you a lot more balanced.
I never would have noticed that I was rotating had he not gotten behind me when I was rotating
Yeah.
and pointed it out to me.
That's another benefit of having a trainer or someone else you work out with.
Right.
You know, it's just really hard to tell those things. Videoing, massive. Video from every angle. A lot of people just video squats from the side. Video from each side and the back. Maybe even front if you want. We're gonna do like a single leg RDL with the knee on the bench, help with support. So what we're gonna do is, most of my focus is gonna be here, and I'm driving through, okay? If I'm doing this setup, I don't want my foot even with my knee. I want it a little bit out front. That's gonna allow my hip to fully extend. If I'm doing an RDL, here, and I don't fully extend my hip, my glute's not getting fully contracted, because that's what the glute does. So if I'm back here, you're gonna be limited on how straight you can really get. So let's be out front, slide down, sit, go through. So to let y'all know how strong Beth is, it's a 45-pound dumbbell, and she's gonna destroy it as usual. We're gonna go 10, okay? You got it. So remember, your cue on this is take the slack out. Okay, you're pretty good at getting into position. Trap bar deadlift, you're gonna be a little bit more torso vertical.
Okay.
Versus if we're conventional. What you need to think about is that torque. Close the armpits down. Close the armpits down, I'm here. Push up, butt forward.
Okay.
And we're just keeping those lats locked in through there, close to the body.
All right.
Deal? 10.
Deal. Now, so he's got me locking down, and it's really making a big difference in my form.
Well, and it's also making a difference over at the farm.
Right.
She does a lot of carrying.
I carry bales of hay. I carry 50-pound feed bags, so.
So
during COVID, when everything was shut down, of course, I took care of my horses and I rode, but I wasn't working out. So I didn't come in here and start doing all of this.
yeah.
He worked me in real slowly, and I really can't be sore because I've got horses to ride, so he knows that, and he's been very conscientious of that.
Yeah.
Only a few times if he killed me.
Hey, sometimes we gotta test the limits.
Right.
It's all about frequency. I need her to be able to live her life. And the gym should be a complement to your life. It shouldn't be the thing that destroys you. You know, now if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, you're trying to do certain things, yeah, you're gonna have to be sore every once in a while, just to find your limits. But it's not a good, like if you just get destroyed after every workout, that doesn't mean that you're killing every workout. That means that you're killing yourself over time. So for her, you know, we need to hit a certain standard of strength to where there are certain things that, yeah, she needs to be able to do without being sore, but I need her to be able to live her life, and I need the gym to complement her life. And that's how you set up a program, that's how you set up different things. So it actually makes her stronger so that her life is easier, not kill her in the gym, make her life harder so that she can just be strong just cuz. It's not what we're looking for. So what she's doing here, she's going out, she's initiating coming up with her glutes, and she's finishing with tension in her back. So with this GHD, what we do is initiate with the glutes, and then we pull with the lats. So at the very top of this movement, we're really getting our glutes and our lats to work with each other and say, okay, at the top of this, as this weight is trying to pull me down, we support each other and we hold this low back together. So
and again, we didn't start with this huge weight. We just started with no weight at all.
Yeah.
And I actually hated this thing, and now I love it. So I've just gotten so much stronger that I really like doing it now.
Yeah, well, and part of what she loves it now is we switched. She was very arm heavy with just rowing it to the middle of her back, but now we're focused on this kind of pendulum. You know, as she reaches out and then she pulls in. It's gonna be all lats. So at the very top, she's real tight here, real tight in the lats. It's gonna really support this low back.
So I've been lifting weights for, gosh, over 40 years. And particularly for women, they'll say, golly, you lift weights, but you don't look bulked up. And no, I don't get bulked up. So you don't have to worry about that. It actually makes you leaner. And it's good for your bone density. And just in general, make your booty look better, look better in your clothes, and you can do more. So I told him when I first started working out that my goal was to do 1 pull-up. I still haven't been able to do it yet, but it's still my goal.
Well, you gotta.
But we've worked down to less resistant band.
Less resistance, and you gotta be. She's had shoulder
I've had
surgeries
shoulder
and
surgeries as well.
all kinds of stuff too. So that's somewhat limiting, or it is limiting, quite a bit limiting. But pull-ups are hard. People underestimate pull-ups. Everyone is born in the world, and pull-ups, push-ups, something like everyone knows those. So they think because they're a common exercise that they're easy. They're really hard. Like pull-ups are super really difficult. So they're just an amazing exercise. I love doing them resistance band wise. I mean, you can always start on a lat pull down. The way I have her do them also, I like to have it like this and step on it through here. Just because it forces you to engage your core. And when you're doing a pull-up, you want your whole body active. Because if you don't activate your core, you're gonna be all over the place. So putting your foot in it, and you can step both in, or you can cross them, it forces you to stay tight and stay in the middle. This is another variation that Beth just likes. You know, there are certain movements in the gym that are, I would say, maybe necessities, but a lot of it is, if you wanna lift for a long time, you need to do things that you like. And when it comes to bicep development, unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder and focus on the peak or your brachioradialis or different parts of the bicep, unless you're being a bodybuilder, bicep curl is going to be a bicep curl. So find a variation you like, stick with it, progressively overload it, get stronger. You're pretty good. How's the weight? You want to go up? You want to stay there?
I probably could go up a little bit.
Let's go up. It's definitely okay to ask your clients. You don't have to ask your clients, hey, like, do you want to go up? Do you want to stay here? I mean, you don't have to make every single decision. You know, if they have a certain goal and it's to get stronger and you need them to go up, okay, yeah, then there's going to be times where you make an executive decision, we have to go up. Or no, you're not allowed to stay here, you're not allowed to. But when it comes to a lot of different things, you can ask and say, hey, do you want to go up, do you want to stay down? So whatever feels good to them. You're not in their body.
But I can only give you 12.
That's perfect, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're good. We finished.
Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Get out to the
Nice
gym.
to meet y'all.
Okay, what I tell you guys, did you enjoy that video? If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. We're gonna bring you more good content like that. Get in the gym, work out, and get outside and enjoy your fitness.